Picture this. It's a Saturday morning at a trendy brunch spot. Avocado toast, overpriced lattes, and friends splitting the bill down to the last cent. Every dollar matters. You're thinking about rent, student loans, and whether you can afford that extra coffee. It's a financial tightrope, and one unexpected expense could send you tumbling. Now, glance at the next table. A group of baby boomers, laughing, ordering another round, not even checking prices. They're talking about cruises, renovations, and grandkids' gifts, spending with a confidence that feels almost alien. It's not about blame, it's about two different financial realities. Millennials and Gen Z are hustling just to keep up, while boomers enjoy a level of security that seems out of reach. This isn't about lattes or laziness, it's about a fundamental shift in the economic landscape. The rules, the starting line, and the playing field have all changed. To understand why, we need to rewind and look at the world boomers inherited. Their opportunities were radically different. The gap between generations isn't just a feeling, it's the story of our time. Let's find out how we got here. This isn't about blaming boomers, it's about the system that gave them a head start. When boomers came of age, the post-war economy was booming. College was cheap, just a few $100s a year. You could pay tuition with a summer job. Boomers graduated with little or no debt, stepping into a job market full of stable, well-paying positions. Even a high school diploma could land you a job with benefits and a pension, a guaranteed retirement income. The social contract was different. Companies shared success with workers, and wages grew with productivity. A single income could buy a house, raise a family, and save for the future. The American dream was real and attainable for most boomers. They weren't just lucky. They benefited from a system designed to build a strong middle class. The launchpad was set. Education, jobs, and housing were all within reach. That foundation set them up for decades of financial growth. The rules of the game were simply better. For boomers, the path to prosperity was paved. For younger generations, that path is full of roadblocks. The difference isn't about effort, it's about opportunity. And that opportunity has all but vanished. Let's talk about housing, the clearest sign of the generational wealth gap. In 1970, the median home cost about 2.6 times the average annual income. Home ownership was a realistic goal. Fast forward to today, the median home price is nearly 6 times the median income, and in many cities, it's even worse. What was once a stepping stone to wealth is now a massive barrier. Higher prices mean bigger down payments and crushing mortgages. Rent and student loans eat up savings, making it nearly impossible to buy. The American dream of homeownership has become a fantasy for many millennials and Gen Z. Boomers bought in when it was affordable. Now, the goalposts have moved out of reach. The foundation of middle-class wealth has shifted from accessible to unattainable. The same house now costs a fortune. The rules changed, but the expectations didn't. The result? A generation locked out of the wealth-building engine their parents rode to prosperity. The gap keeps growing. Boomers' early advantages didn't just stay advantages, they multiplied. The secret? Compound interest. Boomers started investing in the 1980s, right as the stock market began a historic bull run. The Dow was under 1,000 points, now it's near 40,000. They didn't need to be financial geniuses, just being in the game was enough. With low debt and affordable housing, they had money to invest and decades for it to grow. Even small investments ballooned over time. Meanwhile, Millennials and Gen Z start with less, crushed by student loans and high rent. The market's future returns are uncertain, and there's less time to catch up. The magic of compounding still works, but the starting line is miles behind. Boomers caught a once-in-a-lifetime economic tailwind. Younger generations are running into a headwind. The wealth gap isn't just about what you earn, it's about when and how you could invest. The timing made all the difference, and catching up feels impossible. For boomers, a house was the ultimate asset, a forced savings account that grew in value. Mortgage payments built equity, and as property values soared, so did their wealth. Inflation worked in their favor. Fixed mortgage payments shrank as incomes rose. Their homes became wealth machines. For Millennials and Gen Z, housing is a financial black hole. Home ownership is out of reach for many, so they rent, building no equity, just paying someone else's mortgage. Even those who buy face huge debt and sky-high payments, leaving little for savings or investment. the house becomes a golden cage, not a ticket to security. What built wealth for one generation drains it from the next. The same asset class has created two opposite realities. Boomers' homes made them rich. For younger generations, housing is a burden. The divide keeps deepening. The rules of the game have flipped. The dream has become an obstacle. And the gap keeps growing. Boomers have amassed trillions in wealth, and now it's being passed down. We're witnessing the largest wealth transfer in history, but it won't close the gap. Most of that money is concentrated among the wealthiest families. For their kids, it's a massive head start. Homes, businesses, financial freedom. For most millennials and Gen Z, the inheritance is a trickle, if anything. Many boomers will use their assets just to fund retirement. The result? A new class divide, between those who inherit and those who don't. The wealth gap is becoming hereditary. For boomers, a job was a career, with stability, benefits, and a pension. Today, the latter is gone. Millennials and Gen Z jump from gig to gig, with no safety net. The gig economy promises flexibility, but delivers insecurity. No benefits, no retirement, no guarantees. Wages have barely kept up with inflation, while corporate profits soar. Productivity is up, but the rewards go to the top. The modern grind is relentless. Unstable work, stagnant pay, and no path to long-term security. Planning for the future feels impossible when you're just trying to survive the month. The social contract has been shredded. The squeeze is real, and it's everywhere. The old system is gone. The new one is stacked against you, and the pressure keeps building. Just work harder. Stop buying lattes. We've all heard it. This advice ignores the real problem. A broken system, not lazy individuals. Millennials and Gen Z are working harder than ever, juggling jobs, side hustles, and debt. You can't outwork a housing market where homes cost 6 times your salary. Skipping coffee won't fix decades of bad policy. Blaming individuals is a distraction from the real conversation: how to fix the system. The myth needs to die, so real solutions can begin. If you feel like the game is rigged, you're not wrong. Your financial struggles aren't a reflection of your character. They're a result of a broken system. Let go of the guilt. This isn't about blaming boomers or resenting the past. The real issue is the system and the policies that created this divide. The goal isn't to take away what boomers have, it's to rebuild opportunity for everyone. We need affordable education, fair wages, and housing as a right, not a luxury. Talk about your struggles. Break the taboo around money. When you realize you're not alone, you see this as a collective problem. Collective awareness leads to collective action. Demand more from employers and leaders. Vote for real change. There is hope. Young people are creative, resilient, and ready to rewrite the rules. Maybe success looks different now. Co-living, cooperatives, new communities. Adapt to the world we have, but fight for the world we want. Don't let anger turn to despair. Let it fuel your demand for a fairer system. The old blueprint is broken. It's time to draw a new one.